Over the last 2 years, long-term care facilities have had to face extraordinary challenges, from COVID-19 to immense staffing shortages. Through all of those challenges at St. Therese Senior Care, there has been one constant. Its president and CEO, Barb Rohde. But as Corey Bork reports, the longtime leader is now retiring.
This is where I started, was at New Hope with St. Therese.
Here at St. Therese Senior Living in New Hope,
they love it. I mean, this is like their big backyard.
Residents will soon embrace spring.
They plant all the flowers themselves, and they have their own plant buckets.
CEO Barb Rohde has embraced St. Therese for the past 2 decades.
It's just been incredible to see this place flourish.
Joined every year by a facility favorite.
Ever since I've been here, and that's 21 years.
Just like Barb, this duck keeps coming back.
She's been over there, she's been in the front.
Bringing with her a feeling of down-home comfort.
Once the babies come, this whole patio will be filled, just watching the babies take off.
And just like this mother duck, Barb watches over her own flock.
So I'll go out and make beds, I'll pass trays or get food to the residents. I'll vacuum, whatever it takes, we all pitch in.
Enduring significant challenges along the way.
Oh my goodness.
Staffing struggles during a global pandemic have taken a toll.
We cannot find nurses or nursing assistants.
Rohde says she's down more than 200 staff members, or about 20% of her workforce, across the St. Therese system.
They've been underpaid for years and years and years.
She hopes with a state surplus, a funding solution can be found.
I think the funding and their wages have to compensate for where we're at right now, or this senior care could collapse.
Despite the funding challenges, there's excitement for the future.
We're just in the process of redesigning this area right here.
Not only redesigning a courtyard, but planning a complete rebuild of the Nursing Home Care Center and adding a new wing of independent living units in New Hope, a project that is expected to take 4 years to complete.
I think this is the time to have a new person in there.
With her upcoming retirement, Rohde doesn't want the attention on herself.
I just want to walk out and kind of be by myself because it's really hard.
But wants the focus to be on the people who made the care possible.
There's no one I'd rather enjoy this with than the staff. I wouldn't. They're the ones that really, they make me.
In New Hope, Corey Bork, CCX News.
St. Therese has a new CEO lined up to help replace Rohde, and that is Craig Abbott. Prairie Care will break ground this summer on an expansion to their facility in Brooklyn Park. We spoke with the CEO of Prairie Care about that and how Prairie Care continues to see the effects of the pandemic as it impacts our mental health.
We're continuing to experience really challenging times, and I actually think we're going through now a mental health related pandemic, which I think a lot of us were expecting as people were delaying care, absorbing the increased stress of school, work, and just social relationships. At Prairie Care, we saw a 15% increase in patient visits last year alone, and that's only continued to increase. We have this saying that mental illness is real, common, and treatable, and it's an easy way for us to raise awareness, try to decrease potential stigma or fear of discrimination, and really encourage people to reach out and get help. With mental illness being real, we know that these are changes in hormonal balances and chemicals in our brain, and it's nothing that you can just get over. It's not just in your head. It's certainly not a weakness or some type of character flaw. In fact, for people experiencing things like panic attacks, they can manifest as physical symptoms mimicking cardiac arrest, seizures. So we want people to know that mental illnesses are very real. We also then lean into people understanding that they're common. We know that 1 in either 4 or 5 people in their lifetime will experience diagnosable symptoms. Most often we see depression, anxiety, feelings that we experience quite often, but these will get to the point that it'll actually really complicate our lives at work, at school, with relationships and so forth. So we want people to know that it is common. And then lastly, that it is treatable, that there is hope. There are people all around us at work, at school, mental health clinicians, professionals that can help us feel better, help us access care.
As a parent, what should I be looking out for at home?
Sure. It's really important to stay in tune with your children's, obviously, their emotions, behaviors, and their routine. At the least, I think every adult, and this includes parents, teachers, coaches, need to help educate youth on the signs and symptoms of depression and anxiety, which will be withdrawal, loss of interest in usual routines and relationships, feeling hopeless, helpless, being more isolated. Kids need to know that, again, these are common things that we can talk to one another about and really get help for.
And is the first call that I make to the pediatrician, or where should I go to get help?
Sure. For children, there are people all around us, and first and foremost, those adults in our lives that can hopefully educate us and model having conversations about our feelings. School teachers, school counselors, and of course, pediatricians are all there to help as well. For adults, it can be the relationships we have at work. It can be our social friends that we're seeing both online and in person. But to really know that there is help all around us. At Prairie Care, we do free mental health screenings. We then do diagnostic assessments to help connect people with a level of care that we might offer directly at Prairie Care or with one of our partners in the community.
And you do have an expansion in the works in Brooklyn Park. Can you give us an update on that?
Yes, we hope to break ground this summer on an expansion that'll bring us from 71 inpatient beds for youth up to 101. We anticipate about a year of construction. We'll break ground in, we think, August, and then be open fall of 2023.
All right, we'll be looking for that. Todd Archbold, thank you very much for being here with Prairie Care.
Thank you.